Have you been thinking about Castle Rock as your next location to live? Well, in today's video, I'm going over all the reasons why you probably don't want to live in Castle Rock, Colorado. So if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and keep on watching. Welcome back to Colorado Living. I'm Nicole Baker. Today we are going over exactly that, but before we get started, I have to let you guys know I am a licensed realtor here in this beautiful state, so my number is popping up as well as my email. I would love to help you guys with the relocation process, but if you're not quite ready to reach out yet, go ahead and subscribe below. I make videos all about the relocation process, specifically to Denver, Colorado, and the surrounding suburbs, and I post every Monday and Wednesday at 5. But let's go ahead and get started in today's video. Castle Rock seems to be the number one place that majority of my viewers are searching these days. So I wanted to make a few different videos talking about Castle Rock. And I think if you're like me, yes, we know all the positives about living in Colorado in general, but we want to know the negatives so we can definitely avoid that location if it's not going to work out for us. So we are going to go over 3 things that are super negative, I guess, depending on your outlook, but it is something that everybody is saying. So keep these in mind when thinking about making the move to Castle Rock. First things first, we are going to talk about location. Castle Rock, I'm going to pop up a map here now for you guys. It is what I like to say, its own little island. So a few negatives about the location. Number one location negative thing is going to be your distance from everybody. If you like to spend a lot of time with friends, family, so on and so forth, Castle Rock is in a very somewhat inconvenient location. Unless you have family that is located, parts of them are located in Denver and parts of them are located in Colorado Springs, and you want somewhere in the middle, Castle Rock might be an awesome location. But a lot of the times, if you're relocating here, you don't even have any family here and you're just making a lot of friends. Castle Rock's main hub, I would say, is more Denver. So you are definitely gonna be meeting a lot of people that live in the Denver suburbs. And like I mentioned, Castle Rock is kind of its own little island. So you're gonna be at least, the next closest area they don't live in Castle Rock is probably gonna be at least 20 minutes away. 20 minutes doesn't sound like a big deal. It's not, but if they live even a little bit further from, say, Lone Tree or Parker, you are going to be looking at a 35, 45 minute plus drive. And sometimes that's a really far drive just to go hang out with a friend for a couple hours, grab coffee, grab lunch, that kind of thing. It might be a turnoff when it comes to like meeting new people. And when you're moving to a new state, when you don't know anybody, you're gonna wanna go out and meet new people. So keep that in mind when it comes to location. We are also going to talk about the location and the proximity to downtown Denver and the airport. Downtown Denver is probably 50 minutes away, 45 minutes on a good day. So it's definitely a trek to get downtown. If you enjoy a lot of nightlife that the downtown Denver area brings to people, it is definitely 45 minutes is not like a quick drive, and it's probably a very expensive Uber. I would not try to even, I haven't looked that up. It's probably, $100 depending on the time of the day, right? Because it's not a close drive at all. So keep that in mind if you do enjoy going downtown for drinks, going downtown to hang out with friends, that kind of thing. The airport, you're probably looking about, an hour 10, depending on traffic, that kind of thing. And if you travel a lot for work or just enjoy traveling, which somehow, some way, tons and tons of people that live in Colorado, we're just free spirits and we like to travel a lot for whatever reason. There's obviously a reason, but you get what I'm saying is the distance is super far. So if you travel a lot, that one, again, is a very expensive Uber. And then if not, you still have to drive there, you have to park your car and that kind of thing. There's also an airport in Colorado Springs, but You might be probably a little bit closer to the Colorado Springs one. I know that it's very, very small, so I don't know that you could travel internationally from there. That's something that you guys would have to look up on your own time. I typically travel out of the Denver airport, so keep that in mind when you're talking about the location as well. And then for those who do like to work close to home, Castle Rock's location is going to limit your opportunity to work close to home because of the fact that it's not a small town by any means. It's still definitely a bigger area to live. It's not like a hidden gem or anything like that. There's tons and tons of people that are relocating there. But that with the small town and kind of that island feel that Castle Rock does have, it makes it where there's not tons and tons of jobs around and you have to drive, you know, another 20 minutes, 25, 30 minutes, probably closer to 30 is, I was gonna guess, on those trafficy times to get to, say, Lone Tree, which would be probably your next closest city that you're gonna work, or Parker. So if you don't enjoy that longer drive to work, Castle Rock might not be the most convenient location. The next one is going to be the Castle Rock's ability to grow extremely fast over these last couple years. In 2021, it was the fastest growing city in Colorado, which is absolutely insane. It went from a more small town feel to definitely a growing city. I'm sure you guys have that wherever you live. For me, I lived in the western side of Phoenix, and our small town, I guess, city was Buckeye. And over this whole pandemic and even 5 years before that, it has absolutely exploded. And that's kind of what Castle Rock is here in Colorado. It has absolutely gone crazy. There's tons and tons of new builds, tons of new growth, but not everybody is looking for that. If you are looking for a small town feel, Castle Rock isn't necessarily going to be the best option for you. And maybe it'll give you that small town feel currently, like today, but in the next 2 years, 3 years, a year from now even, you are going to be looking at a lot of more people. I think that the stat, don't quote me exact numbers, but it was about in 2021, each city grew by around 3,000 and Castle Rock was closer to 4,000. So not much more growth, but 1,000 people is 1,000 people. And if you add that up over the years, you are going to be looking at a definitely booming town. So if you hate that more big town feel or city feel and you want super small town, Castle Rock's not going to be for you. I would look into areas like Elizabeth and some of the more southern cities because they still have tons and tons of growth opportunity, but it just depends on what you're looking for. All right, guys, number 3, and one of the huge reasons why people are not a fan of living in Castle Rock is the traffic. The traffic in Castle Rock can be quite annoying because it is in a location where it is kind of its own little city, not much around it. There's not really many additional avenues to get there. It's kind of one way in and one way out. So what that means is, yes, there's going to be other back ways that you can take, but sometimes it's just not going to be convenient. I would say if you're heading from Denver to Castle Rock, there's pretty much one way in, one way out. And then if you're heading from say Parker or maybe Highlands Ranch or kind of those areas, there might be a back way through, but that is a big maybe or what if. So keep that in mind. I mean, I think it's a four-way highway. So you have 4 lanes going in, but when you have thousands and thousands of people, and it's only growing. The traffic can be absolutely insane, and we already hate dealing with traffic on a daily basis, but it's going to be even worse whenever it is those high traffic times, like if you are heading into work to the city, that, you know, 7 to 9 and then maybe 3 to probably 6. I mean, traffic everywhere has just gotten insane over the years because we were not necessarily built to handle this high volume that Colorado has really experienced in the last couple years. And I think Castle Rock is one of those main places that has been really hit by the extreme population growth over the last few years. So keep that in mind. That goes for the same for the airport. That goes for pretty much everywhere. And even within the city, the traffic is pretty extreme because there's not too many places to like shop or eat, things like that. Like you have all your necessities, of course, but when you only have one of every necessity, your grocery store traffic is gonna be insane. Your, you know, home goods traffic, I'm just saying that because obviously I'm a home goods fiend, your Starbucks traffic, your fast food traffic, all of those things that really take time out of your day. It's not gonna be a quick one too when you're living in Castle Rock because you and everyone else is also going to that place. So it really just hogs up a lot of the like lines and the traffic just to get into a complex in general. It's like, okay, there's a bajillion cars here and it's a Wednesday. What's the deal? I think that's something that's just probably gonna be more common in Castle Rock than it would say be in like Aurora or Centennial or Parker, places like that where it's like really, really built out and there's probably like 20 grocery stores around. You're not gonna see that condensedness that you would if you're living in Castle Rock. So if you hate traffic like me, Castle Rock might not be the best option, but if you're willing to withstand the actual traffic that it has, there's tons and tons of opportunity in Castle Rock, especially if you're looking to buy on a budget. There's amazing, amazing houses and especially new homes that are available in cheaper price points outside of, you know, going closer to the city where your prices are just gonna get a little bit more, we'll say, extreme. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you got some knowledge and hopefully it really put you in perspective on whether or not Castle Rock is going to be a good location for you and your family. And if you did like this video, if you could hit the like button down below, it really helps my channel out. Also, if you guys want to subscribe, I post videos again just like this on Mondays and Wednesdays at 5 p.m. So go ahead and again subscribe. And before I let you guys go, I have to let you know I'm a licensed realtor here in this beautiful state. So if relocating to the Denver, Colorado area is on your mind, go ahead and reach out. My number and email are popping up. Text, call, email, day, night, whatever is easiest for you guys. I also relocated to Denver, Colorado, so I truly know the struggles and the stress that come with it, and you want to get as many opinions as you possibly can. So I would love to be that person for you guys, but until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.